something so tiny it doesn't really matter. And I just kind of go back in and make sure I'm getting all the little points off of there. So, oh, Deb, I want to show you these scissors. These are not, and I'm sorry I keep repeating myself, but these are not Stampin' Up. These are Tim Holtz. My sister and I both have arthritis, and so I know she'll love these too. These are probably the most comfortable pair of scissors I have. They just are easy to grip. They don't take a lot of pressure to use. Now, I cannot use them when I'm doing my little cutout things, but I use them any other time. And the other thing that I do like about them very well is that things just wipe off of it. So if you use it to cut something sticky, you just wipe that off. It doesn't stick onto it. It's got I guess you call it a Teflon finish. And you'll just peel it off with your hand or take a baby wipe or whatever and do that. So I just wanted to say that. Okay. Now these are going to be his eyes. I'm going to get my tweezers out just to kind of show you. These are tweezers. I do not use them like regular tweezers. As you can tell, I've got, where are we? Here. Okay. I've got glue on them, kind of built up glue on them, so it's got a little bit of a tacky feel to it, which is what I want because the way I use them is different than everybody else. But I'm into doing things an easier way for me. You can put a little bit of this Tombow glue on there. Oops. Got it away. And this is what I do. I just pick it up with my little tweezers. I just put it right on there. And because there's a little bit of stickiness, and you'll have to build that up. And I just put a little bit of glue on it, let it dry. And because even this Tombow glue you can use as repositional glue, which means that if you let it sit for a little bit, you can remove it easier. Now I put it right on there because I don't want to have it removed real fast. Okay, the other thing we're going to cut is this one brown circle. We're going to cut that right in half. And I usually then come back in here and kind of line them up because I'm kind of anal like that. And don't make any comments, Deborah, on the other end of the video. I'm going to kind of like this, talking to my sister on video. She doesn't talk back. Okay, I just kind of line them up to make sure I've got them about the same size, and I do. So I'm going to come back in here with a little bit more glue. These are my eyelids for the reindeer. A little bit more glue. Come back in with my tweezers. Pick it up. Pull it over here. And put it on top of the eyeball. Why am I doing this where you can see it? There we go. And you got to kind of push around. Sometimes it gets a little slippery. On top of the eyeball like that. Now I love eyes. I think they make it. The one thing I do to my eyes, and I'll do noses, and I'll do whatever, where I'm going to want to add a little bit more character to my creation, is this white gel pen. And this is a Uniball Signo pen. Now I like this one. Stampin' Up sells this one. I've had bad luck with buying other things. Now my friend Sarah said she just bought a package of 2 at, I believe, Hobby Lobby. And she does like them also, but she is kind of a snob with the white pens too. So I haven't bought any of those. And I just kind of come back in here and I'm going to add a little bit of a highlight to his eye. Gives him just a little bit of character. And I think it just gives him a little bit of personality. So there's the eye, and I'll pull it up so you can see it. Because we'll be doing this again on the snowman's eye too. So I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that, Deb? So you're just going to make like a little half moon and a little dot on these eyes. Now when I have littler eyes, sometimes I just do a dot. But I like putting those dimensions on. Okay, now we're going to put them together. You're going to see how easy this all goes. I'm going to put this little headpiece on, and I'm going to put, I like my Tombow glue. I don't need much. That's not very thick on there. And I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to slide it on there, slide it right where I want it. You might have to hold it down just a little bit and smooth it out, get that glue moved around in there so it'll hold it. And there's his little piece of hair, top head or whatever. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing to his nose. Just a little bit of this Tombow glue, and I'm going to put the nose on. And again, I tend to do the eyes, well, On the snowman, I don't do the eyes last, but I tend to do the eyes last because I want their placement just so. Now, I also am a pop dotter, and so I use a lot of pop dots, but I did not use them on his eyes because I had given his nose dimension. I didn't want to have it two-dimensional. And then you just come in and kind of lay your eyes whichever way you want. I try to line up the eyelids, and there's your cute little reindeer. And see how easy that is? If this would be a great, and I'm going to talk to my sister for just a minute. Deb, this would be a great starter thing to do with ladies and stuff, like on your if you want to do a stamp club or just have some friends in on a Sunday or a Saturday afternoon, serve hot Coke or cider or whatever, and have these things out that they can make, and that women like that stuff. Okay, now we are going to move on to, I believe we'll do Santa. Now, I've already scored Santa, but I have not done my bone folder, so I'm going to do my bone folder real quick. Santa was very easy too. Same size as your reindeer on your base piece of paper, and that again was a 5.5 by 7. So you can get 2 from an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. Here's my candy bar. I'm going to put this tape on it again. I was going to have this done on all of these, but forgot. So Jim's going to have to make this into a couple of videos anyway, because I'm kind of long-winded. So no comments, Deborah. Okay, again, I'm going to come in here, place my candy bar down, upside down, kind of get it where I think I want it. Pull it over. This color paper I used, Deb, was Real Red. The one I used on the reindeer was chocolate chip. And I used an old brown called Close to Cocoa, but you could use crumb cake for the lighter brown. That would work real well too. And if I hadn't had any cocoa, oops, take the paper off. If I hadn't had the cocoa, I would have used the crumb cake for the antlers and the nose and the top hat. Okay. Okay. So now we have our base of our candy bar done. Now on this, whoops, nope, grab the wrong one. Okay. I'm going to punch 2 of these squares just to show you what I do with it. This is your belt. These are your buttons. And this is not supposed to be here. It's snuck in. Must be on them. Okay. And you're going to want okay. These, you're going to want one. I have 2 here. That's going to confuse you, so I'll pull it out. You're going to want one 1 1/4 inch square, one 1 inch square, 1 piece of white, which is 5.5 by 1 1/4. So a piece of white. You're going to need 3 of the 1/2 inch black circles, and then you're going to need the black strip as his belt, and that's 5.5 by 1. Okay, what I want to show you on this, I've already done it to the black piece. This is called a crocodile corner chomper. Again, with having arthritis and stuff in my hands, sometimes the punches are hard to use, and it's the smaller punches that are the worst for me. And this, so the corner rounder that Stampin' Up! Sells is too small and hurts my hand, but this is a real comfortable grip. It rounds at 1/4 or 1/2 inch. I've got it open now. Sorry. As a cactus, okay, sorry, forgot to turn that off. Okay. Anyway, it's a corner rounder. It's a corner rounder. Sorry about that. Okay, the reason why I pulled 2 squares out of the yellow, which is the belt buckle, is because you can do 2, depending upon how your strength is, you can do 2 to 4 pieces of paper at a time. Now I'm going to use the 1/4 inch corner rounder because I wanted it rounded, but I didn't want a lot of it rounded. So you just stick it in there and punch it. Now they have several different corner chompers. This is my second corner rounder one because I tend to go through them quickly because I use them so much. But anyway, it's a really good, Michael's, I believe, has these, and Hobby Lobby, I know, has them. Again, use your coupons with those. This is an item you'd want to use your coupons with. Okay, so we're going to take, let's do this first. We're going to make our belt buckle, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue on that, and I'm going to put it down in the center, as close to the center as I can get in the yellow. Okay, I'm going to put that off to the side with the buttons and the belt right now. We're going to work on that white piece. Now, I used on the edges the Stampin' Up! Scallop border punch. I typically will tell you to turn the punches over and line it this way, but I have found that I have better success, again because of my hands and the arthritis, of laying them down and following the pattern on this on the border punches. So you're going to come in and punch, and then what you do is you line this up over here. I don't know whether I can get that on camera. See how there's a pattern there? So I've come in here and I've lined it up right there, and it just gives you another, gives you a place where you can punch it again, and then you're going to line it up again and punch it. And my friend Sarah said, "How did you line up the sides?" Both sides. I said, well, I didn't. I mean, I just didn't try. So it doesn't have to be lined up, and it's not perfectly lined up, but this piece is really small. I'm going to put you on hold for just a minute. We're going to cut a bigger piece. Jim will edit this out anyway.